Good morning, good morning. As you can see, the cold weather is still here, but we still need to go out in nature, regardless of. So today's message is being pulled from last night's dream. I had a dream last night where God showed me the error of my ways. He said, "You're always trying to save people, but I'm going to review with you so that we don't have to have this talk again." He showed me how I was always there making excuses for other people. He showed me how I went to Harlem. My brother called me, my oldest brother called me, and how I went to help him, and how I got into a car accident with my BMW at the time, where the people ended up hitting my vehicle. Somehow nothing happened to my car, but a lot happened to their car. But I don't think they had insurance, so they left the scene. And I mean, there was no damage to my vehicle, so I didn't really think too much about it. But that was God warning me to stop doing it then. Then he went back and he showed me how I had spoken to my father and asked him not to spank my younger siblings, and they got off. And they were able to just go to bed without a spanking. Then he showed me over and over again how I was constantly there supporting my sister, but he kept on trying to show me that you're continuing the same patterns, how you help other people, and I'm going to show you how. And then I was quickly shown how when I needed help, people were not there. He showed me how I had introduced my sister to my boyfriend's best friend, and how they dated, and how the message was for the boyfriend. He was supposed to not spend all of his money on her because it was never going to be received the way that he thought it would be received. He showed me how the two of them were supposed to receive a lesson out of that. He was supposed to look at himself and show himself self-love and do more for himself, but he didn't. She was supposed to see his love and begin to love herself and make better choices. If this was not the one for her, she was not supposed to just date him because of that. And the boyfriend was supposed to begin to learn the self-love journey. You see, God puts us all in different positions. And when he puts us in these positions, we are supposed to learn from them. Your lesson might not just be your lesson. Your lesson is for other people to learn from it. Other people might view it and be able to learn from it. Other people might see your mistakes and grow from your mistakes. You, seeing your own mistakes, grow from those mistakes. He showed me how my sister and her boyfriend at the time needed help. They had something happened where they needed me to come. And I left my date and went to them and got a flat tire. That was God showing me to stop going and rescuing other people. You cannot rescue other people when I'm trying to teach them a lesson. Then he showed me how I had a best friend, and my sister she and my sister had a conversation, and my sister said, "That's my sister, and I'm going to show you." And of course, I was not there for this conversation. So he showed me how after the conversation they had, we went to the salon, a nail salon that my best friend went to. Now, she'd mentioned this nail salon, how good it was. We went. And when my sister and I went, apparently my sister had some words with the nail practitioner. And apparently it was a message to my best friend. I had no idea all this had happened. But God was showing me all of this to show me, that you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I am the one. So I'm trying to show you some things and you're not seeing them. Then he showed me how I was taking my sister to dinner parties and different events so that she would know how to behave in different environments. and how she'd go home and talk to her mother about it, and her mother was feeling jealousy. Again, all of these different examples, God is showing us. I missed the boat on all those different events. So he says, now, I am going to deal with a few people. Your sister, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to work with her. None of your business. None of these things are going to be your business after this. You are to now begin to work on loving yourself and working with yourself and grow from these experiences. From now on, when I put someone in your life, again, regardless of what the situation is, you are not to be Captain Savior. I am. This is my job. Now, in that dream, him showing me all these different examples, you know, who knew? Who knew that this was actually occurring? We all have a job to do during this lifetime. We all have different versions of stories that we all have to grow from, grow through. When we're going through these different experiences, we're going through these experiences to teach so many lessons. Now, when you learn from certain things, you can share. But at the same time, when we're going through these many lessons, we are to grow from them. This is the reason why we are supposed to be journaling things. You know, God is asking people to journal certain things in their lifetime so that they can pass the book down to the generation that comes after, so that they might be able to learn from the different signs, from the different experiences that they might have to go through. God is teaching us all different lessons during this time. There's a group of people who have been coming together to hone in on the wealthy. They have a group that plots and plans. They have a friend or a cousin or someone who's connected to the wealthy, and they send that person out. They send a new person out to be around these people. That person is getting all the information and bringing it back to the group. Then the group goes ahead and they send a person who seems very innocent, dates the person, gains the wealth, and then all sorts of things get out of hand. This is why we have to be cautious about what goes on in our lives. Not giving so much information out. Living your own lessons out, growing and persevering from them. We all were given the gift of life that are here today. It's not your job to take it away. What if you decided that, you know what, I'm going to end it here. I'm tired. I don't like what's going on in my life, and I want to move forward. Moving forward is not you ending your life. Because just suppose you decided that you wanted to end it today, and you are reborn all over again into the same life with the same people all over again. And you have to repeat it all over again. Only this time it's like you got left back. You got to go back to kindergarten and take it all over again. Plus. Because when you're born, you're not born into kindergarten. You're born at birth, and you have to go through the whole life cycle all over again. The many lessons that we learn are being learned for a reason. My family was chosen specifically to learn certain lessons. And we are all, again, given certain gifts, and we're all given certain jobs. So my job is to come here to the platform and to share different experiences so that everyone can learn this time around and not make the same mistakes. However, should you make the mistake, it will be your mistake. Again, we can live vicariously through other people's stories. But if we don't take the lessons, which is a blessing, then you will take that lesson and you will lead it on a whole different direction. You see, again, this was given to me. I didn't know when I started years ago, decided I was going to have channels. And I mean, I started them, but I didn't continue. I just had the channel. Then God was just like, okay, it's time. During COVID, it's time for you to step up and do what you said you were going to do. You see, sometimes our conversations are empty. We'll say, I'm going to do this. Once it left your lips, it's almost like a command on your life. Be careful what you request. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful with what you say. For those words land in different ways. So, no matter how much you love your relatives, no matter how much you decide that you want to help, in some cases you are not meant to help. You are hindering when you are taking things out of their hands because this was their lesson to learn and carrying it out by you being the rescue person. So, now I know. Now you know. We can't always rescue people. We have to allow God to show them what their actual lesson is. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is so lovely being with you during this time, but it is so lovely being you.